Afternoon all, welcome back to the Kieran Clubbing Racing Show. This is going to be the Windsor preview for Sunday's card. It looks a decent card on paper. Obviously, we've got the Florida Lease Chase with Protectorat trying to go back to back, and a few other races in there that look decent on paper. A bit like today, we're just going to run straight through the Windsor card. Unfortunately, no winners today, bit on the back foot. Obviously, decent winner at Ludlow yesterday got us back in the below minus 10 points, but unfortunately another 5.5's gone today. No excuses. Nemean Lion just wasn't good enough. Potter's Charm battled back very well, and Gamester's Guy. This is why I've been trying to stay away from chases in general. Just didn't jump well at all, did he? Ended up coming home very, very leggy, very lackluster, and his jumping got worse as the race went on. But we move on. We've obviously already got Saturday's weekend preview out there. For those that haven't watched it yet, it will be obviously attached to the channel. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Only 3 people short of 150 subscribers now. Now I'm getting upon 200 views, so there's a few people out there that obviously haven't subscribed. If you haven't subscribed, please just subscribe to the channel. It will help and boost my channel and will be generally very much appreciated. But yeah, we'll work on and go through it. So not the best of months so far, but we plug on. Plenty of people obviously will have slander at me, the fact that I am giving no winners whatsoever. But that's racing. You can't tip winners every day. I don't get paid to do this. I purely and simply do it off my own back. And just give my opinion because that's what I want to do. If you don't want to listen to it, by all means, don't listen to it. You can listen to the video, but don't have to follow me in. I haven't got hold of your money. Just do what you want to do with it. But yeah, we'll start with the race anyway. We'll get off of that. And we'll go to the 12:20, the novice hurdle over 2 miles. Very open looking field, just 7 runners. 2 I want to mention in here. Get a Whiskey for Dan Skelton. Fell last time out at Ascot in a 3-runner race. Fell 3 out. Wasn't really travelling all that well. There's surely much better performance due in that horse. Hopefully this one runs okay run on debut at Worcester. I'm just not sure whether this horse again is another one who's crying out for a handicap soon down the line and maybe a bigger field just to maybe get him to settle. He was a bit buzzy at Worcester when he first ran a bit free, and that's why he could only finish 4th in that race. But maybe they're looking for a handicap further down the line for him in future. And the other one is Hornica for Ben Paulin, 6th in the listed race at Newbury behind LaQuesta. Hopefully will go and win for Jamie Snowden tomorrow. Has been well backed in the Mares Hurdle at Ascot tomorrow. Is a selection for me. Obviously, I put him up when I did the video last night. She was 9-4. I looked just now before coming on, and she's now 13-8 favourite. So plenty of money has come for her. I know a few tips on other podcasts, so put her up as well. So hopefully LaQuista can get the job done, and Hornica will be probably a shorter price for this novice hurdle. After that was 7th previously to Jackie Hobbs at Newbury. The second Sir Irons won that race since for Nick Schofield, so that form looks very strong. And again, this could be an opportunity for Ben Paulin's horse potentially to get his head in front, although the Skelton horse could be anything, especially if he learns to settle. The 12:50, we move on to the novice handicap hurdle, over 2 miles 4 furlongs, and the horse I like in here is Harry Lowe's. Now this is a bit of a recovery mission for the Skelton team. Won really nicely at Exeter, and everybody was going, he's better than my Daddy Paddy, he's going to be their Turner's horse. Stepped him up in trip to 2 mile 4 at Market Raisin. He ran very flat, looked a bit very novice-y. Come there absolutely swinging 3 out and found absolutely nothing. Ended up finishing just 3rd. Now comes into handicap company. He's off a very low mark. Obviously gets weight off a few of these. Lisbon Parks in here. He was 4th to Old Park Star up at Cheltenham. Not sure how much that form's worth. Obviously Old Park Star runs tomorrow at Haydock, so that could boost that form a bit. But yeah, I like the looks of Harry Lowe's. I very much going to keep the faith. Just hope he's back to his Exeter run rather than his run at Market Raisin. Obviously, they've kept him to 2.5 miles, so they believe that that's his trip, and we shall see how he goes on handicap debut. The 120, the Hampton Novices Chase over 3 miles, and this is like handicap plot central. Like, you've got the only one in here that's not potentially looking for a handicap mark is Salva, who's top of the market for the Moore team, 4th in the Corso Star after winning very, very impressively at Sandown when first tried at 3 miles. 4th when probably the ground went against him in the Corso Star, like I said. But he is probably favoured by default. The fact that the majority of these will be looking at targets down the line. Moon Rocket is in here second favourite. Now everybody who listens to me know how much I love this horse. His form isn't exactly the best. He won a 3 runner race, first time up. No, it wasn't. 7 runner race, I take it back. I'm thinking of Gamester's Guide who beat him last time out. And then was second in a match to Gamester's Guide and was really just a sitting duck, made all the running, and Gamester's Guide just picked him up late. Gamester's Guide obviously was a selection for me today, ran no race whatsoever, jumped poorly and didn't do anything for the form whatsoever. But this Moon Rocket looks a type potentially for Kim Bailey as potentially his Ultima type. Obviously he won the Ultima a few years ago with Chianti Classico. He's had a couple of other horses run well in the Ultima. And I just think he could be the type to go that way. So if they're going to go and try and win this, they won't want to win this by too far to probably batter his handicap mark. He's currently off 141. They won't want his handicap mark to go up too much in regards to the Ultima. And then the 3 below him are they're just handicap plots. Like Weighed Out is currently off 145. They're not going to want to go up anymore, otherwise they can't get in the National Chase because that's 0 to 145. Diane Quest is off 144. Not sure what the plan is with him, whether he's going to go Jack Richards or he could potentially go for the Ultima as well over 3 miles and potentially could go and try and win this. Although stepping up the 3, he did win over 3 miles at Exeter, didn't he? Beating Quenta. So maybe 144, maybe he could be out to win this. And then the other one is Jericho de Repene, who's currently off 148. Needs to come down to at least 145 to get into Kim Muir, which seems to be the target. He seems to be the McManus horse lined up for the Kim Muir. And anybody that watched the race, the 2-horse race behind Regent Stroll, knows exactly what the idea is. He was given one of the most schooling in public rides ever seen, to be honest, just to try and get himself around. Regent Stroll won very easily. But yeah, Jericho de Repene was never put in the race, just given a gallop round, jumped a few fences, and away he goes. And it'll probably be the similar sort of story in this race. So I'll probably go and sit and watch it, to be honest. Keep a good eye on Moon Rocket, and if he runs well, potentially that could be my Ultima horse lined up, because I do have a bit of a soft spot for this horse, and I have ever since he come out and went hurdling last season. And if he goes well here and is put into the Ultima, he will definitely be backed in the Ultima. So no bet in that race. Try my best to stay away from chases as well, sticking to hurdles down the road. The 150, the handicap chase over 2 miles. Now, this is an intriguing race. I like the favourite is Mirabad for the Skelton team. One was third in the Wayward Lad last time out behind Mambo number 5. Now, Mambo number 5 I like a lot. Potentially could be my Arkle selection. I know he's got a bit to find with the likes of Lalamba and Kopek de Board and Romeo Coolio, etc. But Mambo number 5's done nothing wrong, and hopefully this race will advertise the form one way or another. Because he beat Mirabad by 7 lengths, he's favourite for this race. And potentially could go well for the Skelton team, 3rd run for the Skeltons. And the other one, second favourite, is Mighty Bandit. Now, this horse ran a massive race, went 50 to 1. Finishing second to Mambo number 5, only beaten 2 lengths that day. So I'm not quite sure how potentially he's not favourite for behind Mirabad, considering Mirabad was beaten 7 lengths by Mambo number 5. And Mighty Bandit was beaten 2 lengths. Now, that run, and he then went and won next time up at Newbury, Mighty Bandit. Won well, beating Highland Legacy and Tonino, who also come here. They were second and fourth respectively. The third from that race, Look Away, has won at Kempton last time out. So that form looks fairly strong, and I just think Mighty Bandit could potentially be overpriced here for the Warren Greatrex team, and I probably won't have a bet in the race. I'll probably watch it and see how these two get on in regards to Mambo number 5, but I just think Mighty Bandit should be favourite and Mirabad should be second favourite. It's just the fact that it's the Skeltons that it's the other way around, but we shall see what happens there. The 225, the handicap hurdle over 3 miles, I've got really lost with this race. It's 5-1 the field, and there's just a few I'm going to mention. A few of the old boys I'm going to mention that potentially, if they come back to form, could be too overpriced. There's 3 of them down the bottom of the bin. You've got Captain Teague for Paul Nichols, who they said was going to go handicap chasing. Hasn't done chasing yet, is coming back and going over hurdles. Potentially well handicapped up to 3 miles. He's 14-1. He's one I'm going to keep a look at and maybe keep on side. Manila Missile, who's got plenty of decent form in the book before he got injured. He won a very decent novice race at Cheltenham a couple of years ago now. Hasn't done a lot since he's come back from injury, but 4th and 5th last 2 starts. Potentially he's back on the upward curve. And the last one is Green Book, who travelled an awful long way at Sandown on reappearance when it's kind of finding nothing and blowing up at 2 out, which after having nearly 1,000 days off the track, I'm not surprised he pulled up that day. He was engaged to run last week at Warwick, but that was obviously off, so he comes here. And he's the 28-1 rag, but if there's any money for that, and the fact that Venetia's horse is so out of form, especially for this time of year, he'd be certainly one to keep on side. But I'm not going to have a bet in the race. I'm just going to keep an eye on these 3 and see what happens. It's just a minefield of a race. I normally have an in with a handicap hurdle, but there's nothing here that I particularly fancy, to be honest. So I'm just going to keep an eye on these 3 on the comebacks, and hopefully one of them can hit the frame or do something decent. The 3 o'clock, the Fleur-de-Lis Chase, the main race of the day, the 2 mile 6 chase, where Protectorat is favourite currently at 8-11. Skeltons won this race last year by 23 lengths, beating Giallo. Obviously Giallo's out for the season, otherwise you'd think he would have turned up back here to reoppose. Like to think that Protectorat is going to take all the beating here. Won this last year. Then he'll probably be on his way to the Ryanair again. He's not getting any younger, but the best performance last year was probably in this race, and he's probably wound up to win this race big time for the Skeltons. So they get more money in the prize pot. Handstand is in here second favourite. He's on a recovery mission after his disappointing run in the Betfair Chase, although Ben Paulin says he's a lot better than what he showed that day. Hopefully that's the case, and he can go and do a decent enough turn and maybe put up the Protectorat. But the one that could potentially be the fly in the ointment that will make the running potentially is Matata. Won really well in the December meeting at Cheltenham, over 2.5 miles when first stepped up in trip. Now tries 3 miles near enough 3 miles for the first time. And has actually run at this course before, ran at this meeting last year over 2 miles and won really impressively that day. So has course form as well as Protectorat. I just think at 9-2 maybe he's slightly overpriced, and maybe the unexposed at the trip could see him in better light and maybe give Protectorat something to think about. The 3:35, the handicap chase, over 3 miles 4 furlongs. This will take some getting, especially if the ground goes soft. And we're not meant to get much rain, but if it does, then this will take some getting. And look through the field and look through it, and 3 mile 4 is 4-1 the field. And the one I like here is the bottom weight and last year's winner, Planned Paradise. Now, I always look at this horse when he runs because he always seems to stay. He stays longer than the mother-in-law, as the saying goes. And he won last year off 10 stone 10, off a mark of 107. This year he's off a mark of 100. Now that's probably because his form's not been great, although he has been finishing 5th, 6th. He's not been completely beaten out of sight, but he's been doing okay. He's down to a mark of 100. He's off bottom weight of 10 stone 3. Absolutely no weight on his back whatsoever. And I think, yeah, as I said, if the conditions are soft and gets him going, he will still be going at the end. He will be going and going and going. And he's probably overpriced and probably an each way play at around 10 to 1. I think he's 12 to 1 in places. So he'd be an actual horse to look at here. You know he wins. We know he acts around the track. Course and distance form is probably rare here. Like we've got 2 of last year's winners running in protect around him. I just think he's going to have a very good chance. Christian Williams does well in these types of races. So yeah, Planned Paradise it would be for me each way. And in the 405, the bumper, I don't normally have a say in this, but Chris Gordon's Base Hunter has been very impressive. First 2 starts at Newbury and Ascot, and I just think he'll go well again and certainly be the one to beat, and then potentially onto the champion bumper from there. But that's all I've got, guys. Best bet wise, I probably haven't got one at the moment, to be honest. If I push myself one to give you something, probably would be Planned Paradise each way. I just think the horse is overpriced and could potentially run a big race each way. I'm not sure about the Novice Hurdle. Harry Lowe's is on a recovery mission despite going handicapping. It's a handicap plot in the 3 o'clock, in the 120, the 150. I'd like to see Mighty Bandit one actually. So Mighty Bandit would be the best bet, sorry. I hope he's the wrong price against Mirabal. I think he should be favourite. Watching Brief in the 225 and then the 3 o'clock. Cat put a protector at 8 to 11. So yeah, Planned Paradise in the 335, the handicap chase over 3 mile 4, and Mighty Bandit in the 150, the handicap chase. They're probably the best bets of the race, of the video. I hope you all enjoyed that, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel. I hope we all had good days racing on Friday at Windsor today. I didn't respectively, but I hope you all did. My selections for Saturday will be up later this evening. I'll put them up early as I'm working early tomorrow. But yeah, please, as like I said, please like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Drop your comments in for your naps for Sunday, and I will be back with you on Monday with the midweek outlook video, looking at all the novice hurdlers coming up. And we've only got Cheltenham 7 weeks away. I will have more anti-post books selections come in. I'm just trying to finalise where to go rather than throwing them out willy-nilly like I did last year. So I hope you all enjoyed the video, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and happy punting to you all.